Hey, what's going on, good people? Armand Owens here once again with another episode of the Daily Unsung Leader. And, today I want to talk about true courage as a leader. I believe that one of the most vital aspects of a leader is the level of courage that they have. And, here's what I mean. You're going to get thrust into a leadership position and you're going to be privileged, blessed, to be able to lead a group of individuals. And in the midst of your team, in the midst of these individuals will be various different personalities, and some of them, may not jive, with who you are. Along with that, you may have some performers that, just not cutting it, just not getting up to par, not buying into what you're selling. Having disciplinary issues, you're having productivity issues, having results issues, all these different issues. Along with that, with the evidence that your team members are giving you, you're going to have people in your organization that you trust that are going to give you insight and advice about the people, that you may be having problems with. And they may tell you to cut your losses. They may tell you to, give them a counsel sheet, put them, send them on the path, out the door, so to speak. And I will tell you that the most difficult part about being a leader is meeting people where they are. It's so easy to focus on their shortcomings. It's so easy to focus on, what people are not good at. It's so easy to focus on, all the negative aspects of a person's personality. And I will tell you that you got to take all of that, the evidence that they're giving you, the information that you may be getting from other people, and you got to throw it in the trash can. You got to throw it in the trash can because you never know what people need. A lot of times people have been used to being counted out. They have been used, to being second guessed, and they have accepted that as a part of their persona. So their results are not great. Their performance is not great. Their attitudes are not great because how people have interacted with them, in the past. The biases that people have draped, them under, and they believe the worst about them. One of the courageous parts of being a leader comes in where you're going to have to be forced, regardless of the evidence, regardless of the noise that you're getting from other people, to believe the absolute best about this person or these people. It is hard to look at their failures, their shortcomings, all these things, and see the best version of themselves and interact with the best version of themselves, for you to interact with the best version of what you think they can become. And it's hard and it requires courage because you're going to be wrong. You're going to advocate for a member of your team and say that they're just misunderstood. They just need a little bit more encouragement, a little bit more oversight, whatever the case may be. And they're going to let you down. They're going to let you down, and it's going to hurt. It's going to absolutely hurt because you're going to advocate in front of, for these people in front of your peers, in front of, your supervisor, in front of the people that are, in charge of your evaluation, so to speak. And you're going to be absolutely wrong on some instances. You're going to believe the best about them and they just don't get there. And you cannot allow those instances to deter you from believing the best about the people that you lead. It becomes so easy to become apathetic and numb and just believe what people tell you and believe what people show you. But I will tell you, there is no greater feeling on this earth than believing the best about somebody, watching everybody count them out, and then seeing the step by step growth every single day, every single week, every single month, every single year, and they grow into one of the best sailors, one of the best people, one of the best performers that you've ever seen. All because you decided not to listen to the noise, not to listen and get distracted by the interference patterns, that comes, to keep you blind to who they actually are. You got to have the courage to see them for who they are and the best version of them. And that requires courage, because you're going to be wrong continually. You're going to believe the best about them. You're going to try to advocate for them. And you're going to be so wrong in front of everybody. And your ego is going to take this hit, and it's going to become personal almost. And you got to be careful against it. But it's worth it. It is so worth it in the end. Because a lot of the leaders that you see before you were counted out. A lot of the greatest people in their fields of expertise were at first counted out. And there's one thing I do know just about being a great performer, being at the top of your game, is that you got to be willing to suck before you get great. And a lot of times, that time frame when you start to, before you actually start to become competent, it's hard. And you need somebody to give you a swift kick in the butt. You need somebody with some courage to look and see the real you. That is what a leader does. Because everybody else will say, yeah, you need to fire them. You need to get rid of them. They're not worth it. They're never going to be anything. And that's easy. It's easy to count people out. But leaders go the hard way. Leaders will not count anybody out. Even running the risk of being absolutely wrong, absolutely embarrassed in front of your peers, absolutely, just miss the mark completely. That takes courage. But what kind of leader do you want to be? What kind of leader do you want to be? You want to be the one that's courageous and willing to see what nobody else is willing to take time to see, to weave through the interference patterns? Or you want to be a manager? Or you want to be, somebody that just, like, on to the next one, on to the next one. And never seek to make a difference in the lives of the people that you lead. That's where the joy comes in. That's what a payoff, that's what a return on investment comes in right there. Have the courage to believe the best about people. Even when everybody's telling you it's wrong, have the courage to believe the best about somebody. Knowing, hey, there's a good chance you're going to be wrong. But hey, there's also a good chance you can be right. And I will tell you one thing. The people that you choose to invest in that way, they'll never forget it. It may take a little bit of time for that seed that you plant of courage to germinate within them, and they understand what you were trying to do. And they'll look back and see it. They'll look back and call you, 5 years down the line. It's like, I remember when you were trying to do this. I understand now. I get it. And there's nothing more rewarding as a leader than seeing people get it. So, like, share, comment, let me know what you think. But go out here and be a courageous leader. It's worth it. Unsung Leader out.